Most GMC trucks don't make it past 200,000 miles. Industry data shows the average truck in America gets retired around 150,000 to 180,000 miles, but mine just hit 450,000 without a major repair. And no, it wasn't luck. Today, I'm revealing the 12 reasons why most GMC trucks fail early and exactly what I did differently. These aren't complicated or expensive, but they're the difference between a truck that dies at 180,000 and one that runs strong at 450,000. Don't miss reason number 3. It's the timing chain issue that kills more GMC engines than anything else. It costs $1,200 to prevent, but $5,000 to repair. If you want your GMC to last, hit subscribe. New longevity tips every week. Reason number 12, following the wrong oil change interval. Most GMC owners follow the oil change interval in their owner's manual. 7,500 miles. 10,000 miles if you have the oil life monitoring system. Seems reasonable. The manual says it, so it must be right. But here's what that manual doesn't tell you. Those intervals are designed for ideal conditions: highway driving, moderate temperatures, no towing, no stop-and-go traffic. How many GMC owners actually drive under ideal conditions? Almost none. If you tow, you're under severe service. If you make short trips under 10 miles, you're under severe service. If you drive in dusty conditions, extreme heat, or extreme cold, you're under severe service. If you idle frequently or sit in traffic, you're under severe service. This severe service requires oil changes every 5,000 miles, not 7,500 or 10,000. But most owners don't know this. They follow the normal schedule and wonder why their engine develops problems at 120,000 miles. Here's what actually happens. Oil breaks down over time. It loses its ability to lubricate. It picks up contaminants. By 10,000 miles, that oil is no longer protecting your engine adequately. Your timing chain isn't getting proper lubrication. Your lifters are wearing faster. Your piston rings are accumulating deposits. The cost difference is minimal. An oil change every 5,000 miles instead of 10,000 costs you one extra oil change per year. That's $50. Compare that to a $4,000 engine repair at 150,000 miles because of accelerated wear. I've changed my oil every 5,000 miles for 450,000 miles. That's 90 oil changes. Total cost over the life of the truck? Maybe $4,500. But my engine still runs like new because it's been properly protected the entire time. Keep this habit consistent because the next reason destroys something even more expensive than your engine. Reason number 11, believing the lifetime transmission fluid myth. General Motors has been marketing lifetime transmission fluid for years, sealed for life, never needs changing, one less thing to worry about. Sounds great, right? It's not true. That lifetime fluid is only lifetime if you consider 100,000 to 150,000 miles a lifetime, because that's when these sealed transmissions start having problems: slipping, rough shifts, delayed engagement, complete failure. The problem is simple. Transmission fluid breaks down, it gets hot, it picks up metal particles from clutch wear, it loses its friction properties. By 100,000 miles, that fluid is no longer doing its job properly. But because GM says it's lifetime, most owners never service it. They drive until the transmission starts slipping, then they're hit with a $3,500 to $5,000 rebuild, all because they believed the marketing. I service my transmission every 60,000 miles. Not a flush, a service. Drop the pan, replace the filter, refill with fresh Dexron 6 fluid. This only replaces about half the fluid, but that's enough to keep it fresh and protect the clutches. Total cost per service? About $200. I've done this 7 times over 450,000 miles. That's $1,400 in transmission service. But my transmission still shifts perfectly because it's been maintained properly. Compare that to the $5,000 rebuild that most owners face at 150,000 miles. The math is simple. Maintain it or replace it. Keep your transmission healthy because the next reason causes damage that's even harder to detect until it's too late. Reason number 10, ignoring coolant. Degradation. Your GMC uses DexCool coolant. That orange fluid that GM says lasts 150,000 miles. Most owners never think about it. The coolant looks fine. The truck doesn't overheat. Everything seems okay. But DexCool doesn't just stop working when it gets old. It becomes corrosive. It turns acidic. And that acid eats your engine from the inside out. I've seen intake manifold gaskets destroyed by old coolant, water pump seals corroded, radiator cores eaten through, heater cores leaking, all because the coolant wasn't changed when it should have been. The damage is gradual. You don't notice it happening. Then one day you've got coolant leaking into your oil, or your engine is overheating because the radiator is corroded internally, or your heater core fails and dumps coolant into your cab. These repairs aren't cheap. Intake manifold gaskets cost $800 to $1,200 to replace. A radiator costs $400 to $600. A heater core replacement can run $1,000 to $1,500 because of the labor involved. I change my coolant every 60,000 miles, not 150,000, every 60,000. The service costs about $150. I've done this 7 times. That's $1,050 in coolant service over 450,000 miles. But I've never had a coolant-related failure. No leaking gaskets, no corroded radiator, no heater core problems. Because I didn't wait for the coolant to turn acidic. This preventive approach matters even more for the next component, which fails catastrophically when neglected. Reason number 9, skipping differential service. If you've got a 4-wheel drive GMC, you have differentials, front and rear. These transfer power to your wheels. They're full of heavy gear oil that lubricates gears spinning under tremendous force. Most GMC owners never service their differentials. The manual says the fluid is good for the life of the vehicle under normal conditions. But if you tow, you're not under normal conditions. If you drive off-road, you're not under normal conditions. If you use 4-wheel drive regularly, you're not under normal conditions. That gear oil breaks down. It gets hot. It picks up metal particles from gear wear. It loses its viscosity. Eventually, the gears aren't properly protected. They start whining, then grinding. Then, they fail completely. A differential rebuild costs $1,500 to $2,500. And if you're towing when it fails, you could be stranded far from home with a truck that can't move. I service my differentials every 60,000 miles, front and rear. The service is simple. Drain the old fluid, refill with fresh GL5 gear oil at the correct viscosity. Total cost? About $150 for both differentials. I've done this 7 times over 450,000 miles. That's $1,050 in differential service. But my differentials are quiet and smooth. No whining, no grinding, no failures. This same preventive mindset applies to the next system, which most people ignore until they hear a noise that makes them cringe. Reason number 8, neglecting power steering maintenance. Your power steering system uses hydraulic fluid to make steering effortless. That fluid sits in a reservoir, gets pumped through lines, and operates a pump and rack or steering box. Most people never check it, never change it, never think about it until something goes wrong. Power steering fluid breaks down, it picks up moisture, it gets contaminated with metal particles from pump wear. Eventually, it stops protecting the pump starts whining. Then, it starts leaking. Then, it fails completely. A power steering pump replacement costs $400 to $600. If the rack or steering box fails, you're looking at $800 to $1,200, all because the fluid was never maintained. I check my power steering fluid monthly. If it's dark or has debris in it, I change it. The fluid costs about $20. A turkey baster and a few minutes of time, and you've got fresh fluid protecting your system. Over 450,000 miles, I've changed my power steering fluid maybe 10 times. That's $200 total. But I've never replaced a power steering pump, never replaced a rack. The system still works perfectly. This attention to fluids becomes even more critical for the next component, which fails silently until it causes thousands in damage. Reason number 7, ignoring the PCV system. The PCV valve, positive crankcase ventilation. It's a $10 part that most GMC owners have never heard of, but when it fails, it causes oil leaks, oil consumption, and sludge buildup that can destroy your engine. Here's what it does. As your engine runs, combustion gases blow past the piston rings into the crankcase. The PCV system vents these gases back into the intake to be burned. This prevents pressure buildup that would force oil past seals. When the PCV valve gets stuck or the hoses get clogged, pressure builds up. Oil gets forced past valve cover gaskets, past the rear main seal, past the front crankshaft seal. You start seeing oil leaks everywhere. But it's worse than just leaks. That pressure also forces oil past the piston rings, causing oil consumption, and it prevents proper crankcase ventilation, which leads to sludge formation inside the engine. I replace my PCV valve every 60,000 miles. It's a $10 part that takes 5 minutes to replace. I also inspect the PCV hoses and replace them if they're cracked or clogged. Over 450,000 miles, that's maybe $80 in PCV valves. But I've never had oil consumption issues, never had sludge buildup, never had oil leaks from pressure-related seal failures. This simple maintenance prevents problems that are much more expensive than the next issue, which requires proactive replacement. Reason number 6, waiting for the serpentine belt to break. Your serpentine belt runs your alternator, power steering pump, air conditioning compressor, and sometimes your water pump. When it breaks, everything stops. Your battery dies. Your power steering fails. Your engine overheats if the belt drives the water pump. Most people wait until the belt breaks to replace it. They figure if it's not broken, why fix it? But serpentine belts don't give you much warning. They look fine one day, then snap the next. The belt costs $30. Installation takes 15 minutes. But when it breaks on the highway, you're calling a tow truck. That's $200. Plus the belt, plus the labor, plus whatever damage occurred when the belt broke and your engine overheated or your battery died. I replace my serpentine belt every 80,000 to 100,000 miles. I don't wait for it to crack or fray. I replace it proactively. Over 450,000 miles, that's 5 belts, $150 total. But I've never been stranded by a broken belt, never had to call a tow truck, never had overheating damage because the water pump stopped turning. This proactive approach is even more important for the next component, which causes misfires that damage expensive parts. Reason number 5, stretching spark plug intervals. Your spark plugs create the spark that ignites the air-fuel mixture. When they wear out, combustion becomes incomplete. You get misfires, rough idle, poor fuel economy, and those misfires can damage your catalytic converter. Most GMC V8s call for spark plug replacement at 100,000 miles. Some owners stretch this to 120,000 or 150,000 miles, thinking they're saving money. They're not. They're causing damage that costs far more than a set of spark plugs. Worn spark plugs cause misfires. Misfires send unburned fuel into the exhaust. That fuel burns in the catalytic converter, overheating it. Eventually, the converter fails. Replacement costs $1,500 to $2,000. A set of 8 spark plugs costs $60 to $80. Installation takes an hour if you do it yourself, or about $200 at a shop if you don't. I replace my spark plugs every 100,000 miles. No stretching, no waiting. Over 450,000 miles, that's 4 sets of plugs, maybe $320 total if I do it myself. But I've never replaced a catalytic converter, never had misfire-related damage, because I didn't try to save $40 by stretching the spark plug interval. This same principle of timely replacement applies to the next wear item, which prevents expensive secondary damage. Reason number 4, ignoring tire wear. Tires seem unrelated to engine longevity, but worn tires cause problems that cascade through your entire truck. They stress your suspension, they affect your alignment, they reduce your braking ability, and they can cause accidents that total your truck. Most people drive on tires until they're bald. They wait until the tread is at the legal minimum of 2/32 of an inch. But tires should be replaced when they reach 4/32. Why? Because worn tires increase stopping distance. They reduce traction in rain, they're more prone to blowouts, and they cause uneven wear on suspension components, which leads to expensive repairs. I replace my tires when they reach 4/32 of tread depth, not 2, 4. This means I replace them more often, but my truck handles better, stops shorter, and my suspension lasts longer. Over 450,000 miles, I've probably gone through 15 sets of tires. That's a significant expense. But I've never had a blowout, never had an accident due to poor traction, never had premature suspension wear from running on bald tires. This attention to wear items becomes critical for the next component, which most people ignore until they hear metal grinding on metal. Reason number 3, waiting too long on brake service. This is the big one I mentioned at the beginning, the timing chain issue that kills more GMC engines than almost anything else. But first, let me clarify. I'm actually talking about brakes here, and the timing chain is coming next. Both are critical. Your brake pads have wear indicators, small metal tabs that squeal when the pads get thin. This is your warning. You have maybe a few thousand miles left before the pads are metal on metal. Most people ignore the squealing. They think it's just a minor annoyance. They keep driving until the pads are completely gone and the metal backing plate is grinding against the rotor. At that point, you're not just replacing pads, you're replacing rotors too. What should have been a $200 brake job is now a $600 brake job. And if you waited even longer, you might have damaged the calipers, pushing the cost to $800 or $1,000. I replace my brake pads when they reach 3 to 4 millimeters of thickness. I don't wait for the squealing, I don't wait for metal on metal grinding. I replace them proactively. Over 450,000 miles, I've done brake pads maybe 8 times. That's $1,600 in brake service. But I've never replaced rotors due to damage, never replaced calipers, because I didn't wait too long. This proactive mindset is absolutely critical for the next issue, which is the actual timing chain problem that destroys GMC engines. Reason number 2, ignoring timing. Chain stretch. Here it is. The timing chain issue that kills more GMC engines than almost anything else. This is specific to the 5.3-liter and 6.2-liter V8 engines, and it's a known problem. GMC timing chains stretch over time. When they stretch, the timing between your crankshaft and camshafts gets off. At first, you hear a rattle on cold starts. It lasts a few seconds, then goes away. Most people hear this and think it's not a big deal because it goes away, but that rattle is your warning. Your timing chain is stretched, and if you ignore it, that chain will eventually jump a tooth on the sprocket. When that happens, your valves and pistons collide. Bent valves, damaged pistons. You're looking at a $4,000 to $6,000 engine rebuild. The timing chain replacement costs $1,000 to $1,500. It's not cheap, but it's a lot cheaper than an engine rebuild. I had my timing chain inspected at 150,000 miles. There was measurable stretch. I replaced it. Cost me $1,200. But at 450,000 miles, my engine still runs perfectly. No valve damage, no piston damage, because I didn't ignore the warning signs. This is the single most expensive preventable failure on GMC trucks. Don't ignore the rattle. Get it checked. Replace the chain if there's stretch. But even a perfect timing chain won't save you from the #1 reason most GMC trucks fail early. Reason number 1, ignoring active fuel management lifter failure. This is it. The #1 reason GMC trucks don't make it past 200,000 miles. Active fuel management lifter failure. If you have a 5.3-liter or 6.2-liter V8 with AFM, this is your biggest threat. AFM uses special lifters that can collapse to deactivate cylinders under light load. It saves fuel, but these lifters fail. And when they fail, they don't just stop working. They disintegrate. Metal fragments from the failed lifter circulate through your oil system. They score cylinder walls. They damage bearings. They clog oil passages. By the time you notice symptoms, ticking noise, rough idle, check engine light, the damage is extensive. The repair requires a complete engine teardown. New lifters, new camshaft, possibly new pistons and rings if the cylinder walls are scored. You're looking at $4,000 to $7,000. This failure is so common that there's an entire aftermarket industry built around preventing it. AFM delete kits cost $500 to $1,000. They disable the AFM system and replace the lifters with solid ones that can't fail. I had an AFM delete done at 80,000 miles. Cost me $800, but at 450,000 miles, I've never had lifter failure. Never had the catastrophic engine damage that so many GMC owners experience. This is the single most important preventive measure you can take if you have an AFM-equipped engine. Don't wait for the lifters to fail. Delete the system or replace the lifters proactively. Now you know the 12 reasons why most GMC trucks don't make it past 200,000 miles, and you know exactly what I did differently to push mine to 450,000. But there's one more thing you need to know. Check out my video on the 7 sounds your GMC makes that means stop driving immediately. These warning signs can save you from the catastrophic failures we just talked about. Thanks for watching.